Baseball is dead.
Rest in peace.
Yesterday, we went and did Section 10 without Coley because
Why would you do that?
him and his wife in the hospital
Uh-huh.
about to deliver my godson today. No Justin Havens because it's just a great day to be a Havens today.
Well, it's hard, Jared. It is hard to be humble when your last name is Havens.
That's correct.
Shout out Pappy Havens. Shout out the newest addition to the Havens squad.
4:05 a.m.
Early.
Just putting in work, that midnight oil. Burning it. Mrs. Havens doing good. We got the update. Mrs. Havens is doing great. But congratulations to Jayhay on baby number 2.
That's right. That's
Baby
right.
number
That's
2.
twice. Twice they've had
Two-time
sex.
sex haver.
And it has worked both times. That's a solid percentage.
Yeah.
Solid percentage.
Yeah, dude's draining it from downtown.
Yeah, that's a 1,000 OBP right there.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
You know what's crazy about Jayhay is the birth of your son. It's a huge moment, but I just know deep down it's killing him that he's not on this podcast right now.
Because you want
he's
to
sitting there
know why?
being like, "Can I find a closet somewhere?"
And that's it, because I'm going to wear him out. I'm going to wear him out. Like, hey, buddy, we can rewind back. We remember episode 1. Episode 1, where it all
From the
started.
delivery room.
Thank you. Remind the people where I did episode 1 of our journey together from.
Yeah, the delivery room. I remember that.
The delivery room bathroom. My wife's placenta just hanging out right on the other side of the door. No, what were we doing? Talking ball.
Yeah,
That's what we were doing.
Justin Verlander versus Clayton Kershaw's legacy that day.
That's what we were doing. Episode 1. So I get it. Childbirth. It's great. It's beautiful. I'm sure Joey would have something to say about this.
Oh, he would be pissed.
Yeah, wanted to put your family first. Oh, birth of my child, my wife, my newborn baby. Oh, I guess they go first.
Yeah.
We'll just be over here. That's fine.
Yeah, if I ever have a kid, I'll be in the delivery room with a headset on. I'll just have one of these with the mic that comes across your mouth like they do in the broadcast. I'll be giving you guys live play-by-play the whole thing.
If we don't know, you know what I need is I need a double bed situation where you are gowned up. You have nurses assisting you, just getting all the tech set up, you're laying down, they're dabbing your forehead as you're trying to maintain over here, and you're also firing off takes.
Yeah. And I got takes today. I got some takes today.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Are they, would you say, hold on, would you say they're some of the best takes? I've got best takes in baseball?
I would say that if I were to call our podcast the best baseball podcast, maybe some other people would refute that. But I think that they're well within their right to refute that. I believe that this is the best. Other people might think that theirs is the best. That's okay.
Like this, Jared, I would have a tough time doing an ad read for another podcast.
Yeah.
Talking about how good of a podcast that was.
Yeah.
Especially on our podcast.
I had to do that the other night, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. On the Altcast. It was check out all the other podcasts that they've got on Nesson. They got a Red Sox podcast over there. Definitely check that out. But I love TC. So I have no problem giving TC love. If it was someone that I didn't have respect for, I would have a tough time doing it. But I respect TC immensely. But yeah, the update here today is that Justin Havens is not here, which means, unfortunately, we made the team decision. We can't do Family Feud without Jayhay.
No. Can't do it.
Even as Jayhay.
even as much as he butchers the questions, even as long as the questions are, even his poor Discord interpretation, like even all that be damned, we can't do it without Jayhay.
Yeah, the bad news keeps rolling because it's like, first of all, bad news, Jayhay chose his family over us.
Yep.
More bad news, no family feud. And I guess the least of the bad news is we do have the results from the Discord voting on the seeding for the home run derby. The results are in for that.
But
we're going to wait for Joey on Monday to do that.
So you're getting nothing.
Nothing. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on Monday. Yeah.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. But I mean, look, we got a few things you want to hit on.
Yeah.
Can we start here? Can we start light? Can we start light and easy?
Of the topics that I have here, I don't know what the lightest is.
Well, I mean, I feel like as somebody who has just started to enter the broadcast realm, Jared, you may or may not have an opinion on, which we kind of just got a taste of,
A little bit.
what Michael K is going through, what Michael K and that Yankee booth might be going through right now.
Yeah. Do you remember when we were at the first company and we had to do ad reads for The Athletic, and then someone got their ass chewed out? They're like, why are we doing fucking ad reads to promote The Athletic when we are ourselves a blog? Like, what the fuck is that? Yeah.
Dude, that was one of the first things I was like, what do we got going on? Like, I'm not a writer. I don't write, so these aren't my quote unquote clicks or views.
Yeah.
That we're taking, like, whatever.
What's Bill Simmons' podcast network called?
The Ringer.
The Ringer?
Yeah, like if we were doing ads for The Ringer, I'd be like, what?
Yeah, what are we doing?
I don't know. But anyways, Michael K not super pumped because of I'll just let him explain why he's not pumped.
Comp today. Now, what I'm going to say right now might get me into some trouble.
Here we go.
I love when you start this way.
With who? I need to know who's going to get in trouble.
It could be my bosses.
Oh,
it
cool.
could be an advertiser. It could be the listening audience.
All right.
But, we appreciate every single one of the people that spend their money to advertise on the show.
Yes.
And SNY is one of those people. So, the game's on Yes tonight, and the game is on SNY. So the way it breaks down is Met fans usually watch on SNY, and Yankee fans will watch on Yes. But their ad, which ran during the last break, enjoy the Subway Series with the best booth in baseball. I mean, do you expect me to just take that line down? I think our booth is the best booth in baseball.
What do you want to say, Michael?
Well, I mean, but you know who the host of the show is. One of the hosts of the show is. You're going to put that. I'm supposed to sit there and take it laying down. I'll take O'Neill and Cone and me over Garon and Keith. I would. I mean, they're great, but so is our booth. So I mean, the way you want people to watch is to say, join the best booth in baseball. I'm sorry, I think we're the best booth in baseball.
All right, well then now that you just had your retort, but I'm surprised that you're upset that they would say
but
that.
But why go that route?
Wait, but this is odd. What a bizarro take this is.
How is it bizarro?
What a bizarre take.
It's their thing. It's when people are promoting themselves, they say the number one blank. Sometimes when people say number one, I don't know if you know this, they're not always telling the truth.
Right.
They're just saying they're promoting themselves.
Oh, I understand everything you're saying, but you can't expect me to just take that and go, oh, okay, that's true. No, it's not.
Oh, yes. You mean to have you read it?
Right. No, it wasn't. I wouldn't read it. If it was a read, but it was a commercial during the stop set. I get it. I mean, I guess they're believing their own hype. Good, great. Met fans love them. I get it. But I'll keep our booth ahead of anybody's.
All right. Well, as you should feel that way.
And you should feel that way.
Right.
But they should feel their way.
Sure.
You'd be shocked if they didn't feel
I think they should feel that way. And I feel that way. But you also have to be somewhat, I don't know, out of a mindset of being completely clueless to run that on the Michael K show.
Well,
it's not like they have it with Evan and Tiki.
Yeah, that's I hear you.
Because I want to get in trouble with you, Mike. Hold your hand right to face the gallows.
Okay.
Who's being silly?
What do you mean?
Is it our sales department or is it SNY? I mean, SNY puts a spot together and they're paying the money. They want to put their best foot forward. Sounds like if you have a problem with anybody, it would be the people.
No, not at all. Listen, you take the money, but I think just.
Well, then what's the issue?
But my issue is, why would you run that ad during this show?
Well, why wouldn't you? Because it's a very popular show, and they want to be able to promote their product on a very popular show.
But now you can have me sit back and go, and I don't think that's true.
Well, that's fine. But they at least had their say.
The crazier part was back in the day, there was a time, not back in the day, in somewhat recent past, they wanted it to be a read on our show. Now, that's a bridge too far.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind if you or Don read it, and I would rebut it the same way I'm rebutting it now.
But the point is that they put a commercial together. And in that commercial, they're going to promote their product, and they're going to be proud of the product that they promote. So why shouldn't they say best booth in baseball? We air it. You don't have a problem with us airing it because we like their money, and then you get a chance to retort. So what's the issue?
There was no issue, but I retorted.
Right.
But does it make sense for them to have the host of the show retort what they said? And I'm a big fan of Gary, Ron, and Keith. I think they do a great job. But to say best booth in baseball when one of the hosts of the show that you're running it on is in the other booth.
But would you rather them not promote it on this show than they'd be doing themselves a disservice? And us.
No, I don't care. I'm just saying I care that when somebody says that, I don't believe it.
So is it wrong that I agree with everybody?
No, not at all. And that's it's one of those things where if you were just allow these people to continue talking about it, they would all just continue to say the same thing.
Same thing over and over, yeah. It sounds like a married couple fight right there.
That's and it's because to your point, if you're Michael K, how could you not be like, yo, first of all, like, yo, what the fuck? And then secondly, how would you not expect him to respond the way he did? And then on the other side of it, it's like, well, yeah, this is like the business side of it. This is why we're doing it. You've got a massive net that we would like to be cast along with. So here's our commercial. It's what we got. And we'd really appreciate it if you just kind of ran that when you guys were done. I get that you don't like it. And if you have something to say about it, say it and look at what's happening. Look at what it is. It's content. It's discussion. But for me, there's no way that you can't see it from all sides, right? So it's not a matter of like, am I wrong for agreeing with everybody? I think it's, how could you not agree with everybody? How can you not see it from all angles?
Like, I think, obviously we're different, but if Plouffe called us up and was like, yo, we want to do an ad read for Talking Baseball on your show, and we're going to put a line there about how it's the best baseball podcast. It's like, all right, yeah, if you're going to pay us for it, then yes, we'll do it. But B, like, we're going to make a bit out of it. Like, it will at least make it funny. I get Michael K being like, man, like, why the fuck? Like, I'm going to do an ad read about how the broadcast across town is better than my broadcast for the Yankees. Like, fuck that. But it's just different. Like, he says he likes the guys like Gary and who else is on there?
Well, he dropped a Gary. Yeah, Gary, Keith, and Ron. He dropped like a 3 first name reference. Gary,
sounds
Keith,
like they're friendly enough, but like, it's a different generation, right? Like they're more old school, and it's more battle for turf. Whereas, I think we have like a good relationship with like Jimmy and Jake and Plouffe and Rosie and like the guys that are over there making content.
Well, think about the regional aspect of what they've done their entire life too, right? Like Michael K being in that market on the radio for as long as he's been. Like, you got to understand that there's a huge territorial vibe that comes with being Michael K in that market.
Yeah.
And I think on the other side, especially when you're starting to get baseball specific, like what Gary, Keith, and Ron, what that booth has done, what that booth has created for Mets fans, And I think to an extent, just baseball fans in general, like they're a great listen. And so
I also don't think that that's a crazy take. Like, I feel like it's almost I don't want to say a universal opinion. I think we've gotten better with baseball broadcasting in the last, call it 5 to 6 years. There's been an influx of new blood. So the debate over who has the best booth is a little bit more layered. But for a long time, I mean, the Mets booth was known as the best booth. So to claim that you're the best, there's no real metric to show that. I guess it's more subjective. I guess you can go by ratings, but the ratings, we're not tuning in for the broadcast. We're tuning in for the team. So you can't really look at ratings. So the best booth is entirely subjective. But when you do have these, I guess, media analysts that put out the rankings for broadcast booths yearly, you'll find the Mets broadcast near the top almost always. But again, there's no way to definitively say that they're the best. They are one of the best. And I like the Yankee broadcast. Yeah, I used to, for many years, when I started to get the extra innings package, I'd be like, all right, like I obviously want to put the Yankee game on, but I'm not putting the Yankee broadcast on. And then eventually I got past that because I like Michael Kay. Like, he's been fucking awesome to me. Like, he's I'm still planning on doing an interview with him, but every time that the Yankees are in town, our schedules don't line up. Like, I want it to be in person because the conversation that I have with him, I don't want it to be about the Yankees. I want it to be about baseball media in particular. I think I've mentioned this before in the podcast, but I end up listening to a lot of the Michael Kay show because I live in Boston, where talking about the Red Sox on sports radio is like forbidden. They just don't do it. They either don't do it or they don't have baseball people. Like, we still have all the holdovers from, and this is not an insult, it's business, but when Tom Brady was here, the Patriots were king. They still are. The NFL is king, even though the Patriots suck. They're irrelevant. But both radio stations just went out and hired a bunch of football guys because you're talking football 7 days a week. Doesn't matter what the season is, in season, off season, but they just loaded up on football guys who don't watch baseball, who don't care about baseball, so they can't talk baseball. So, and I remember Felger a couple of years ago, it was 2021. The Red Sox were going to the ALCS. And Felger was like, and Felger is the top radio guy here in Boston. And he was like, yeah, he's like, I can't talk baseball for an hour. Not saying he doesn't have the ability. He was saying, if I talk baseball for an hour, I lose like the audience. No one, like, the calls fall off. You just can't do baseball talk. And I was like, well, I disagree. Like, we do plenty of baseball talk and we do pretty well for ourselves. But Michael Kay is in one of the biggest media markets in the world for sports. And he does baseball talk all the time. He has calls all the time. The YouTube clips from his show, tons of views. So it can be done. Obviously, we do it, but we do it on a national scale. But from a regional scale, yes, it can be done. You just need the right people to do it. So I'm interested to get Michael Kay's thoughts on, like, baseball media in general. But all that to say, can't we all just get along, Dallas? Can't we all just get along?
Trying, man. Trying. That booth ain't big enough for the 6 of them, Jared.
Yeah.
Over there. That's what it sounds like. But that's something that comes along with what they do. And that's why I think it's specific to those individuals, that region. I mean, it's not to say that this doesn't happen elsewhere, but all of that, I think you got to understand both perspectives. That's why I truly believe you can understand and you can agree with everybody and where they're coming from here.
Yeah. Anyways, does anyone here know why the Mets are the Gay Mets now? Why is that? Why are they? What's the gay connotation? Yeah. So they're the Grimace Mets and they're the Gay Mets. I missed. I obviously caught the Grimace thing, but I don't know why they're called the Gay Mets now.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Who can we call that's a Mets fan? I know you hate KFC, so I won't call him.
I don't hate KFC.
You want me to call him? All right, I'm going to call him right now. Because he's the one that's been tweeting about it. And I follow a lot of Mets fans. So I'm curious for this story.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
He's on DND. If it goes to voicemail right away, that's a
Yeah.
DND. He's probably doing his podcast.
You got to call twice.
Yeah. Yeah. But then he's still gonna not answer if he's doing his podcast. Who the fuck else is a Mets fan? Clem? I might call Clem. Let's call Clem. I don't think I have Frank the Tank's number. All right, we got Clem. You ever met Clem?
Through the internet.
Okay.
The Rocket.
My guy.
How we doing, baby?
First of all, how are you doing? First of all, welcome to Baseball is Dead. It's me, Dallas Braden, over here. No Jayhay today. But
no Nuggets.
No Nuggets. But the Mets are what, 15-4 over their last 19? Is that correct?
Yeah, no big deal. The Gay Mets powered by Grimace. That's just what we do. We don't lose.
Okay.
The Grimace era.
So thank you for saying. All right. So I said it's the Grimace era, but then I keep seeing on Twitter the Gay Mets. I was like, why are they the Gay Mets? What did I miss?
So Pride Month, everyone changes to the rainbow logo. So to shout out the Gay Pride.
Yeah.
So as soon as we changed that logo, a little magic started happening. Then we came over the top, brought the big purple guy in, and that's when a fire was lit and it's burning the Bronx. Just burned the Bronx down, as I'm sure you saw.
I did see that. Yeah, that was a real shame. That was a real shame to see.
Hate to see it, as they say.
Yeah, you truly hate to see Garrett Cole giving up 4 bombs to the Gay Mets powered by.
Gee, I can't get Grimace out.
So it's since what, June 1st or 2nd, you guys were 11 games under 500. And now you're at 500, a game and a half out of a wild card spot. What besides being Gay and Grimace, what has been the biggest difference for the Mets?
I mean, the people that actually watch and follow baseball would say Francisco Alvarez getting your catcher back, apparently an important thing for a guy that can rake and also, is in charge of every pitch that is thrown. So we got Alvarez back. Our closer's back. He's, hands a little stickier than usual maybe, but hey, whatever it takes you for 2022, Edwin Diaz back, I will sign up for it. So if he wants to come in with Elmer's glue from head to toe, I don't care. Just get it done.
How much are you bothered by, the national media, even though the Mets are playing good ball, they're back to 500. We keep hearing Pete Alonso trade rumors. It's like, why the fuck would we trade Pete Alonso when we're now in it again?
Well, that's pre-Grimace. Those are the pre-Grimace days. Those days don't even exist in my mind. It's never happened.
Okay, fair. I don't know, Dallas. I don't know if you've seen these videos online, but Grimace. So was that
saw Grimace? Yeah, I just saw Grimace pounding beers on a fucking bar top somewhere. Clem,
yeah.
Is this true?
Yes. Like there was also a video that Kevin tweeted where like it looked like a Grimace like seance, like a cult worshiping of Grimace in like the concourse area. Was it a giant Grimace or was everyone bowing down to Grimace? Because he looked giant. I don't know if everyone was bowing down or if this was a massive Grimace.
He grows in power the more believers and followers he has. And, again, check the standings there. He's getting bigger and stronger. And it should be Marshmallow Man size. By the time it's all said and done, he's just going to be cruising down Broadway in New York. The biggest thing you've ever seen in your life. It starts with he just throws the first pitch. It's all fun and games. Now they light up the Empire State Building in purple, and he is now chugging beers like our boy Dana beers in the middle. Like that's a rain delay. It was a monsoon. There was lightning going off, and these people were just sitting there watching their savior pound beers and just going crazy in a game that was over. I mean, that game was, for all intents and purposes, it was a wrap. The Yankees didn't even want to go back in the field, and they're like, "You couldn't pull me away from the middle of Flushing in a thunderstorm to worship my big purple god."
Right. Yeah.
Clem, how far away are we from Grimace tattoos?
Okay.
How far away? How far? You want to say that we're committed to this thing? I will acknowledge the power of Grimace when I see my first Grimace tattoo surface. Is that fair?
So this is what I will promise. I've never had a tattoo. I know I'm, not exactly in share company on the phone right now. If the New York Mets win a World Series, I will get a Grimace tattoo. Put it on the book.
Wow.
Let's go.
Wow. Do you have tattoos, Clem?
I have not a tattoo. I actually just did the moment the other day. I was like, there was a couple times I thought about it maybe, but I think it'd be too painful, and I'm just not a tattoo guy. I am a Mets guy, and I'm a Grimace guy, so I will get it done. We're telling, we have our Barstool at the ballparks every, month. Yep. And Kevin says he wants Grimace. He goes, if you show up in a Grimace costume at the Barstool at the ballpark, you get the rest of the season. We'll have you come to the Barstool ballparks for free. Because last night was one Grimace. And we want 2 Grimaces, then 4. And then pretty soon the whole goddamn stadium is just crawling with big purple Grimaces.
Yeah.
So that's what we want. You guys know, it's like the players do their part, the manager, the front office, they do their part. Now it's time for the fans to step up and do our thing. So we need to make Citi Field a field full of Grimaces that are just getting loaded up and being crazy. Put the fear of God. So, Dallas, you have my word. Mets win the World Series, I'm getting a Grimace tattoo.
Wow.
God bless your soul, Clem. Wow. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here. That is commitment and dedication to the club. That's called being willing to be married to the game. Could get left at the altar. I don't want to see that, Clem, but I would love to watch you sink that purple ink deep down to the bone, Holmes. I would love that.
My wife could be like, oh, so your first tattoo was Grimace, not of me, the kids, anything. No, Grimace.
I need fucking like full back piece, Grimace in a leather jacket, like just double rockets to
smoking
the world.
A cigarette.
Just absolutely bottle of whiskey in his hand. Just fuck everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Me and Grimace recreating the Johnny Cake scene of Sopranos or something. We're just knuckled in bed watching the parade on TV.
Yeah. I mean, so I also saw another Grimace video last night, Clem, of it was Grimace going down one of the walkways, down one of the stairways, and he had a child on his shoulders, and the caption was like, "One child sacrificed to Grimace per Mets win." Can you confirm that that's what he's doing?
I cannot confirm nor deny. Okay. My son, though, who, he'll go down a couple of YouTube rabbit holes. You never know where the algorithm is going to take you. He came to me right after that whole Grimace shake craze and was like, Dad, I heard it's true that, if you drink the Grimace shake, you die. And I'm like, wow, it's getting, these kids don't have enough to deal with, it's just like, the world, the climate's all fucked up. You have, they were raised in the COVID era. And now they're worried that they can't even drink a Grimace shake without, turning into like a fucking an overdose essentially. So it's a crazy time to be alive. I cannot confirm. I cannot deny either. I guess so. I cannot confirm nor deny.
Right. Yeah. We had a discussion a couple episodes ago about the Grimace shake, and I believe it came out that the Grimace shake was discontinued. And I said, I guarantee you, if this Mets run continues, they will bring the Grimace shake back, at least in the New York area. They would have to.
They will not be able to keep it in stock. That's the other thing. There'll be nothing but we'll be drinking purple drink like it's back on the streets back in the day. And I said this the other day. This was one of the most disgusting stats I've ever heard. And no disrespect to my center fielder, Harrison Bader had I don't know if he still does, had more votes for the All-Star game than Francisco Lindor, which is just a banana. But you know how the New York fans are with their high-paid superstars. It's just one of the things. I said if they open the voting right now, I guarantee we could get Grimace in the All-Star game. Write-in votes only. I guarantee. Mets fans, like, we turned Bartolo Colon into, like, a good, serviceable guy to a living internet meme who we powered him into a home run, right? Yeah. It's like the Mets fans, we may not have the best team. We may not be, like, the best-looking people at the bar, but you know what? We have passion unlike anyone else. We fucking bring it because there's honestly no other way to keep the season entertaining sometimes.
It's 100% true.
There's a level of masochism, that comes with being a Mets that you have to respect. You have to respect. Like on your day off, I know there's a moment where you're like, yeah, I'll stab my breast with hot pokers today because I don't have anything else to do. That seems fun.
The more that you immerse yourself in Mets culture, the more you understand why Kevin is the way that he is.
Exactly, and it's a sick, twisted place. But it's a place like I couldn't imagine anywhere else. This is just, a random Tuesday. I said, we had our We Gotta Believe podcast, and we're talking Grimace this, Grimace that. I go, if you showed us this video a year, like go back into time a year ago, they'd be like, what are we talking about Grimace about nonstop? But then as I'm in it, I'm like, yeah, this is just the Grimace season. We started off, we thought it was the Wiener season. We had Seymour Wiener on opening day, the veteran of the day, which is like, oh, just another day in Metsland. We had a rally pimp. His last name's Wiener. We thought it was the Wiener season. Turns out it's the Grimace season. Egg on our face.
Yes, absolutely.
Clem, you know what? I'm just putting this together, though. We want to talk about where does this come from and how do you, I mean, look, there's some baseball fans who are looking to stamp out like Mets fandom, but this is the problem. This is the problem, Clem. You are the parent in the household. You are the leader of the family, and we're hearing stories about your small child debating on whether or not he wants to do the Grimace version of the Tide Pod challenge and slam a Grimace shake. After he's hearing, he's like, Dad, here I might die if we have this. Is there any chance we can swing by and maybe just a sip? I mean, this is where it comes from, Clem. You've got to do something about this.
You do.
In all honesty, Dallas, if you've ever seen anything, you ever just seen me? I feel worse in my body. Let's be honest. I'm still kicking somehow. I don't know how, but the House of Grimace. I'm no stranger to the House of Grimace, so I'm ready to rock and roll. And the more they want to stamp us out, that just makes us more devoted, and that just makes us stronger because it just makes us even more savage. It's like whatever has to be done to get that World Series. So now we have a purple god, whatever it may be. I don't care.
God bless him. We Gotta Believe is the podcast. If you're a Mets fan and you're not listening for some reason, do yourself a favor, check them out. It's the Clem Report on Twitter. Clem, thank you so much. I know that this was impromptu, but that's just kind of how we do guests here anyway. We just call people and see if they answer.
There's nobody I would have liked to see more on my phone when I picked up, and thanks for the random little emergency bullpen session. That's what life's all about, right, boys?
Absolutely.
So thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. You guys be good.
Thank you, Clem. Love you.
See you, Clem.
Love you too, guys. Take care, Dove.
Fucking love Clem. High quality human being. I guess, we got our answer. That's why they're the Gay Mets. They started playing well during Pride Month.
I love it.
June 2nd.
Hey,
June 2nd, 15
whatever,
and 4.
Buddy, whatever you got to do to win ball games.
Yep.
Whatever you got to do to win ball games.
Yep.
Take the vibes and run.
Yeah. So shout out to the Gay Mets who sweep the New York Yankees in a blowout to get to 500. Again, I mentioned it earlier. They were 11 games under 500 on June 2nd. They're 15 and 4 cents. They're a game and a half out of a wild card.
They were
on the opposite end of the spectrum, Dallas.
They were outscored 21-9. Yes.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not going to get it done.
No, you got to do better than that.
That's gonna. I haven't even checked the Yankees run differential. That's gonna take a big hit there. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, they're under plus 100 now. I mean, that plus 97 is still a pretty good place to be. But the Baltimore Orioles are within a game of first place now, plus 110. But yeah, we can talk about the Yankees just for a second, just because this is the team that they played. I was crunching the numbers this morning, Dallas. Mm-hmm. As I do, thank you again to True Media. I'm back up and running. Yep. So I'm cooking with gas over there. So the second I get my True Media cap on, I just dive into the weeds, and I can be a Nug chef too, Jayhay. I just need to be in the right kitchen. I need to be in the True Media kitchen. That's the only place I can cook, really. So I started cooking up some Nuggs this morning, and lo and behold, since Alex Verdugo hit that home run at Fenway Park, you remember the one where he was like, yeah, fucking yeah, dude, yeah. Remember that one? Yep. Jake, you remember that one? That was what, Friday night?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. Were you there?
I was not there, but I watched it and I was pissed.
Yeah. Well, I can let you know something that'll make you happy. Since that Alex Verdugo home run at Fenway Park, the Red Sox have the best record in baseball. The Yankees, on the other end of the spectrum, have the worst record in baseball.
When was that
game?
The 14th?
Was the 15th, I want to say.
The
15th. Alex Verdugo also ranks 175th out of 182 qualified hitters in batting.
Over his last, what is that, like 40 at bats?
Since that game that he homered at Fenway. Yeah. He's hitting $114. I want to say there's like an 0 for 20 in there somewhere too. It might even still be active. I don't know.
No, he just got a hit. Didn't he just get a couple hits the other day?
All right. So then there was an 0 for 20 in there. Sucks. You hate to see a downfall like that. You really do. But again, since we're talking opposite ends of the spectrum here, one of my closest personal friends, Aaron Judge, he hit another home run last night. That's 30.
First to 30.
That's 30 on the season, Dallas. You want to hear a real tasty nug on Aaron Judge, cooked up by yours truly?
What do you got?
Remember that game that he got ejected from on May 4th?
Yes.
So since that game that he was ejected, Aaron Judge is hitting .394. That is 46 points higher than the next closest player, which is Bryce Harper. His OPS, 1470. That is 381 points higher than the next closest player, which I believe is also Bryce Harper. He's hit 24 of his 30 home runs over this span. That is 6 more than anyone else. 42 extra base hits. That is 12 more than anyone else. And 154 total bases. That is 36 more than anyone else.
Well, he's on pace right now. Statistically, statistically, I believe he is either pacing or just outpacing his 2022 season, which was a record-setting season. That's where he's at right now. Like, this is just an incredible player who, what's nice, I think, about this, or what's cool about this, is you now are able to have the conversation of like his sustained success at this level, because this is just astronomical type of production from a dude who, again, in this lineup, I mean, you're it, right? Like, you're the guy, you're the centerpiece that they're just not going, or they're supposed to just not going to let beat them. And you're doing this kind of damage.
Yeah.
I mean, he leads the
free
world.
What would his season look like if he did this from the jump?
Oh, dude, Jared, like, we're talking.
He'd be at like, what, 45 tanks?
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, like, and that's probably being a little gracious, but I would easily
at least
say
40.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. And the only thing that you wonder, I think, in that regard is, like, so what's he hitting right now? He's hitting over 300, right?
On the year, he's hitting 309 with an 1145 OPS.
Yeah, well, that's why I said he leads the free world in everything, like, outside of batting average, slugging, OPS plus.
On May 2nd, he was hitting 197 with a 725 OPS.
Yeah, so you're talking about taking a full month, because you can take the last few days of March and then all of April and then the first couple days of May, right, up until the 2nd, and put that together. And what type of production, because since May 2nd to June 26th, he's had that. You could cut it you could go from May 2nd to June 2nd. What do those numbers look like? And then take that production and just spread that across the first month missed. And what would that production look like? That's what we're talking about with Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
But again, like, the fact that, it's not that he doesn't have other guys in that lineup. I mean, fuck, dude, you got a superhero Soto, right? But for him to still be just when we talked about Shohei Ohtani, and I was standing for the MVP in the face of this sort of season that he was having, it required every bit of what Ohtani was doing on both sides of the baseball to even have the conversation. And it still wasn't enough. I get it. We're not having that conversation again. Mm-hmm. But he's doing this again. Aaron Judge is doing it again. And Ohtani's not doing it again. And we don't know that Ohtani would ever get back to that level of production where we're having the conversation, because he's doing it on both sides of the ball. So that's why I said it's also interesting, or just cool, to be able to have this layered conversation about Aaron Judge, because it's sustained success at a record-setting clip.
So I just pulled it up because I was curious. Since that May 4th game that we just talked about, the sample for Judge, everyone else on the Yankees, and I did not include Soto. So Soto over the span, 288, 438, 564. That's a 1,002 OPS. So everyone else, Volpe, Stanton, Verdugo, Trevino, Cabrera, Torres, Rizzo, 235 with a 678 OPS.
I mean, there you go.
I'm gonna tweet that out. I feel like, because now I'm getting people being like, "Oh, you're glazing Judge," and be like, "Yeah, well, I'm just setting you up for the hammer." Every other Yankee who has played at least 30 games over this stretch, except for one.
So
Soto.
how about this? We talked about the production like in that 30-day window or so. Here's a 32-game sample from May 2nd to June 6th for Aaron Judge. So this could be the window of production that we would apply to that first down month, right? Where things were not good. To answer your question, Jared, what would it look like if we were to pile those numbers on, those counting numbers? So you would add 15 more home runs, because that's what he's done since from May 2nd to June 6th, a 32-game sample, 15 homers, 36 RBIs, 29 more walks, 13 doubles, and you would add 32 more punch-outs. So he just hit his 30th homer.
Yep.
He would be at 45.
That's what I said.
Yeah. That's hit 389 with a 518 OBP and a 944 slug from May 2nd to June 6th. 1462 OPS.
So you're saying he's good?
Decent player.
Yeah.
Decent player.
Yeah.
And producing at that level when the majority of the other guys in the lineup are just not. Where it would be really easy, in theory, to avoid Aaron Judge.
I feel like you just don't pitch to Soto and Judge, and you got a pretty good chance of winning a ball game. You know,
it's a theory that has been tried at times. I watched people do it with the San Francisco Giants, but they had some other guys, you know, in the late 90s, early 2000s that could hurt you as well. When you try to avoid Barry, they had an MVP in Jeff Kent that you had to deal with. So, I mean, to that answer would be Soto. Outside of that, there's a lot of other guys that I think you would want to see be able to put up a fight if we're going to just put a guy on base every other inning just because we're not going to face him. Like, we're not into that. But if that's the approach.
I mean, this sample, though, Stanton's hitting 261 with an 838 OPS. So that grouping of 235 with a 678 OPS, that's still with Stanton in there.
Yeah.
So take out Stanton. So if you pitch around Judge, Soto, and Stanton, then you're talking 230 with a 649 OPS the rest of the year.
Yeah, but I mean, but I mean, that's easy to say out loud, but now strategically,
you can't.
You're having me avoid a third of the lineup.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's why I left Stanton in there.
Yeah.
It's not like he hasn't hit well, but the two main guys, Judge and Soto, can you navigate around that and deal with the rest of the garbage ass lineup? Maybe.
Well, that's where you got to pick your poison.
Well, you got to download the Underdog Fantasy app. I know that. Because Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats, strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. Make entries of all baseball or mix and match across your other favorite sports. You can win up to 100 times your money, and it's a ton of fun. I hate to disappoint. Yes, we will be revealing the Home Run Derby lineups, the matchups, the seedings on Monday. You were tuning in for that reason. I'm sorry to disappoint, but it's going to be on Monday. But you still want to download the app. so that you can get in on the action for the home run derby that we're having, the wiffle ball home run derby, the baseball is dead section 10 derby. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's JARED to get up to $250 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Jared. Question for you, Dallas.
Yes.
The Oakland A's come to town before the All-Star break, right?
Correct. Just
so I'll see you before
All-Star.
the Derby. You're here. What? Not this week. The week after.
Incorrect. Next week.
What's today? Friday?
Jared, that's yes. Not
yeah. So not this week. The week after.
Yes.
That's what I fucking said.
I know. I'm fucking with you.
Don't do that. My brain is too fragile for that.
Yes, I will be there. Not this week, but the next week.
Yeah. So we've been doing a little vlog, just doing random shit. We went to NASCAR last Sunday. We did the Savannah Bananas. We did the Portland Sea Dogs. When you're in town, if there's time, of course, I know that you run a tight ship, baseball, MLB broadcaster. You also do a national baseball podcast. I mean, I do too. Like, I'm both of those things too. So I'm not going to make excuses for you. Like, I would still do it. But I don't want to put words in your mouth. I know that you, whatever, is there anything around here that you'd want to do that we can make a vlog out of?
Ooh.
Because now, like, as a father of two myself, I'm not impervious to getting up early. That used to be an issue with me, but now I'm like a rise and shine guy.
Yeah, you're up in the morning. So you're up in the morning. Are you on diaper duty or are you on feeding?
No diapers here. No diapers here. I'm just saying I'm up early. I didn't say I'm saving fucking lives. I just said I'm up early.
Well, why are you up early?
Moral support, I guess.
Yeah, you're bringing nothing to the table. I want to let you know that.
No, I'm the house ATM. That's what I am. I'm the house ATM.
That's how, buddy, get used to that. That's how that goes. Okay?
Now I'm just like when I would go to Panera and just sit in the booth by myself like a fucking loser, like now I can just like go grab the kids and be like, hey, you guys want Panera? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, all right, cool. Now I won't look like I'm alone. Like, oh, I got to go to Target. You guys want to come? Yeah. Yeah, there's a Starbucks there. Woo.
I just upped your fucking social status. Good. It's good.
Now
you
I got a
better
squad.
about going out in public. Yeah, you got to exactly.
Yeah.
Roll deep. It's you know what it's, and you know what you're gonna love this, Jared, because you're gonna learn very quickly how to rally the squad and how to get everybody just super excited about doing little shit
that I want.
Well, absolutely. And so when I say, like with my girls, when I'll just yell it, squad, mount up. And they come in and they all of them, all three of them. And you got the fucking little one who just looks like a drunk little alien running through and boom, they're all looking at you like, all right, they know
what's the task?
We're about to get into some shit. We are about to go. Don't know where we're going, but we're all going together. Yep. It's great.
That's where we're at. So again, I'm up early. Is there anything in Boston, Saugus?
I don't know.
You've done
like I've done the Loon. And I was thinking as far as Boston goes, I've seen all the cool shit that I have wanted to see. Like Boston was one of the places that I made sure when I was playing, I got out and I saw stuff. I got into the city and I saw stuff. I went and walked through all the old cemeteries, all the parks, check out the monuments. I did all that shit. I love old like architecture. So I've done a lot of that. I mean, like, I don't know. Is there something that I would just absolutely have to do? Like, is there something that as a local that you're like, yeah, this isn't something for everybody, Cause I mean, I've done partied in Southie, had a great time. Like I don't know. I've never robbed a bank.
You want to rob a fucking bank?
I feel like a mild, like, is there an ATM we might be able to just throw a chain around? Like we could start small, but I feel like that's a Boston thing, is it not?
Yeah. I mean, there's an ATM at Kowloon. They probably wouldn't even call the cops on us.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, look, Jared, I got my picture up in Cal, right? And
they might
and I
take
know
it
the
down.
owner. I know the owner. If Andy took it down, Andy, he knows.
I think he moved it to the bathroom is what he did.
It's a doorstop now.
Yeah. What do you think, Jake? You think Dallas at the Museum of Science? Have you been to the Museum of Science?
Yeah, but don't have they? Did they just add a new exhibit?
It's complete. Whatever year you went, it's completely different. So it'll be new for me too. Like I haven't been in 10 years.
Yeah.
All right.
Kid, well, hold on. Do we have an off day?
What, Monday or Thursday?
Yeah. Side note: my family is coming to Boston.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. But absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll take all those little fuckers to the Museum of Science. They'd love it.
So you have the off days on Monday. So yeah, you could.
We get in Sunday night.
Okay. Well, that's
the game.
Yeah, Sunday night. I mean, I'll be busy because it's Red Sox Yankees Sunday Night Baseball is July 7th.
No, well, I mean, we'll probably. I'm not exactly sure where we're at. We will probably get in just after that.
Okay. But yeah, so I mean, if you're in, then that means that we could do a series preview on Section 10. We'll be recording at like fucking midnight. So we'll do a series preview at Dallas for the A's. Then we have the off day Monday. Do a little Museum of Science.
I'm into that. I'm into that. Yeah, especially on an off day because we can get the mind right and it will.
Do you think Museum of Science will have a problem with us filming in there, Jake? Can we like call ahead and figure that out?
Yeah, let's talk to Eamon, but I'm sure we can figure it out.
Have you ever done a duck tour, Dallas?
Yep.
You have?
Yep.
I feel like it would be cool to do another one. I mean, you can bring your kids. They've never done it.
They have never done it. I would.
Yeah, Meg never done it.
Yeah, anything. No, I don't think Meg's done a duck boat tour either.
Oh, let's have a family day, Dallas.
Oh, the fucking the Rocket Squad. And, let's do it.
Yeah, we'll bring the girls.
Let's do it.
Couple of girl dads on a duck boat. I can tell you what it was like to look out of a duck boat and see a sea of people.
Love that. We'll just be seeing a sea of tea, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Where they take those out of the harbor and then. I mean,
yeah, they are amphibious.
Yeah, I'm trying to get wet.
Yeah, we can do that. All right. We can, let's do a little.
I'll let you set all that up since you're there.
Jake and Eamon are on it.
Wow.
They're the logistics people.
Can't wait.
That'll be great. We got to do Baseball is Dead, though, but you're on East Coast time, so we can get it done early that day.
Yeah.
And have their whole day.
Good. Yep. Yeah. Totally in.
That'll be sick.
It's going to be a good time.
Just hoping, fingers crossed, that there's no issues with filming in the Museum of Science, because I feel like that's just a place that you'll be in your element.
Yeah,
you'll be in your element there.
Very much looking forward to that.
Yeah. The Houston Astros have won 7 straight games, Dallas. Speaking of teams getting back to 500, the Mets got to 500, and the Houston Astros, for the first time this year, are at 500. They started off 0-1. I think they got to 0-4 or like 1-4. They never have been at 500, never had a winning record this year. And here they are. They were 12 games under 500 on May 8th. And now they are a 500 team in a, let's face it, a winnable division. Like when you look at the Mets, it's like very big milestone that the Mets got to 500, but they are still 13 games back of the Phillies. They are in a very strong division. The Braves, even in a down year, are 10 games over 500. So the Mets are not necessarily looking at the division. The Houston Astros, they've gotten to 40-40. They have the best run differential in the division at plus 30. Everyone else is negative except for the first place Mariners at plus 11.
And here's the thing, Jared. Here's the thing with this division right now and where it sits right now. The Mariners have an offense that has gone into the witness protection program. And they just don't have anybody that is a threat right now. And that even goes for the J-Rod show. Unfortunately, it is what it is. It is what it is. Their big power source, their main power source is coming from two guys who one is hitting barely above 200 and the other, I believe, is hitting under 200. So that's where like a lot of your production is coming from in terms of, like I said, in terms of power. There's some other guys, down the list, I think 250-ish, 7 or 8 homers. But you're just not, like, as a group, the bat to ball right now is not working out for the Seattle Mariners. It's just not.
Which has kind of always been their MO.
Well, but what happens is you start to put an inordinate amount of pressure on those guys on the mound. And inevitably what happens in times like this, I think, are you see the guys on the mound start to try to be a little better than they have to be at times. And then what happens? Mistakes get made. We lose those ball games. The bullpen starts to get worn out. The offense can't catch up, and you hit a skid. You start to slide. And I think you can pitch all the way up until you don't have any answers for like zero offense. So you might have one or two guys who can pop you a homer here or there, and you might be able to win a 2-1 ball game here or there, but you can't consistently go out hoping or banking on winning those 2-1 games. You have to be able to put up crooked numbers. I'm watching it happen with the Athletics. There's days where they go out and score 5-6 runs. Unfortunately, at times, that's not enough. And so then there's days where they don't score any runs. And then there's days where they get shelled. And it's a combination of all of it.
The Seattle Mariners, it's a lot. It's a lot of 3 runs, 4 runs, 5 runs, 6 runs. They're not putting up crooked numbers very often, this team. Again, that's not surprising to me. I mean, that's just kind of forever. That's what they've been known for.
Sure, but I mean, like on the pitching side, right? Castillo throwing the ball well. Logan Gilbert throwing the ball extremely well. George Kirby, Bryce Miller, all these guys. I mean, Brian Wu, if he can, they can stay healthy. If they can keep him healthy consistently, like that's a. Brian Wu is nothing to fuck with. Like, just fuck it. Here's the heater. Come get it. Keep him healthy. The bullpen.
There are, as you know, Dallas, there are 30 Major League Baseball teams. Where do the Seattle Mariners rank in runs per game?
I'm going to say 23rd.
27th.
27th?
27th.
So it's the fucking White Sox, the A's, and the Marlins. And
correct.
Then, what's that?
I said correct.
Yeah.
It's the White Sox, the Marlins, the A's, and then the Mariners for the worst. The Blue Jays right above.
That's a division leader.
Correct.
So then, honestly, record scratch to a halt. This is where you blow the pitching staff. Because there is no other reason that you are even in the conversation if it's not for the dudes on the bump.
Yeah.
It's
completely fair.
There's no other reason whatsoever. And what this is what's tough about this group is this is where Julio is supposed to just be continuing to ratchet the game up, right? The growth is what we're supposed to be experiencing right now. And it's regression. It's consistent regression, it feels like.
I thought that the Mariners starters would be better, but
how much better do you want them to be?
Well, I mean, in terms of being in first place, yes, but I thought that they would be out of like otherworldly. But the Mariners starters have the 7th best ERA in baseball. Phillies, Dodgers, Orioles, Yankees, Guardians, Red Sox, and then the Mariners. And then if you go by FIP, Phillies, Braves, Tigers, Red Sox, Orioles, Nationals, and then the Mariners. So I mean, it's still good. Like you're still top 10, but I thought for how bad their offense has been, that their pitching would be top 3. You know?
Yeah, but again, I think it's you got to remember the start that the Mariners pitching staff got off to, like as a whole, and so it's not that they've taken steps back. It's just they've had games where things haven't gone as well as they were going consistently early on. So sure, 7th overall in a division where you knew that there was going to be room to grow. You knew you were going to be able to, if you pitched well, you'll be able to threaten what it is the Astros have done. You'll be able to be in that conversation. And with the Texas Rangers having experienced what they've experienced, but they're on a little skid right now too, right? Lost last 3 or last 4. It's just it's a division that there's opportunity abound. And so the Seattle Mariners pitching the way they have without the offense and without the threat from the Astros, that's why they're in the position they're in. But with the Astros playing the way that they have as of late, whew, someone's knocking. Someone is knocking.
Someone is a knocking. How's the actually, you know what? I just looked at it again. I think I had a different date range on. The Mariners are 4th in starting pitching ERA. 4th. 341.
So you lied to the people. You misled the people.
Well, I corrected it. Their bullpen, middle of the pack. 15th.
And so that right there, and I'm not going to ask you to go and look at this, but like, where was that bullpen a month ago?
Like, what does their bullpen look like in June?
So yeah, you just highlighted their ERA, right? Is middle of the pack, the bullpen ERA. Where was that bullpen ERA a month ago? When
leading up to June.
Correct.
Okay, I can get that for you. Okay.
Because Munoz went down against the Athletics. I don't know how long
12th.
he was out.
Bullpen ERA was 12th entering June.
Okay. So they've kind of held their water. They've been in the same spot.
Yeah. But in the month of June.
15.
In the month of June, the Seattle Mariners bullpen is 20th.
20th.
426.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that is always one place that you go when you see teams start to struggle, hit a skid. I think there's times where the bullpen starts to get overexposed. But I think right now the biggest story with the Mariners is just the lack of offense. Straight up.
Yeah. Because in the month of June, Dallas, Mariners starters,
Dylan.
second. But you know who's first?
Who?
The Astros.
Well, Hunter Brown. Do
you think, throw the records out, whatever, the run differentials, whatever. Do you think that the AL West will be the best race down the finish?
I mean, like just tightest race?
Yeah. Most competitive, most legit.
Probably. I mean, because I'm trying to think of the NL right now.
Well, it's going to be the AL East.
Well, is it going to be the AL East?
Yankees, O's. Who's pulling away there?
But this is why I'm saying 3-team race. 3-team is what I'm thinking about. And because I mean, who's I mean,
You got the
Red
Rangers,
Sox, right?
You get the Rangers as the more exciting third than the Sox, dude?
Yeah.
Well, you're a fucking idiot. That's why.
Yeah.
The Rangers are 6 games under 500. The Red Sox are probably on pace to win 110 games.
The Red Sox are further out of their division than the Rangers are in their division.
Barely. They're 8 games back. The Rangers are 7.5.
Is it a fact or not?
No, it's not.
Oh,
overruled. A judge would throw that out. Dallas, a judge would throw that out.
No, it's not a fact.
No,
okay. It's not a fact. Jared. All right, hold on, Jared. Are you 5'10" or are you 5'10 and a half?
I'm 5'11", dude.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, that's right. You don't know. You don't know, Jake. Nor should he know, I guess. You're gonna find out, though. You're gonna find out. The Red Sox are 8 games back of first. The Rangers are 7.5 games back of first. One team is 6 games above 500. The other is 6 games below 500. Which team would you rather be? The fuck?
What did you just say? Sorry, Jason Stark just texted me. Sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead.
He was on episode 3 of Starting 9?
Yeah, OG.
Mm-hmm.
So would I rather be...
Would you rather be the Red Sox, who are 8 games back, 6 games above 500, or the Rangers, 7.5 games back, 6 games under 500? Your hatred is showing, Dallas, and it's very ugly. It's very ugly.
I think I'd rather be...
No.
I think I'd rather be closer to the division championship. I think that's a pretty easy question to answer. Like, what would I rather do? Would I rather
Red Sox are only not 7.5 back because they got rained out last night. That would have been a win. That was an easy win.
Look, man, numbers don't lie. As much as I like to ignore them at times, they don't lie. And I would just, I think if your life depended on it, Jared, and if your family's life depended on it, and you had to run a race, would you want to start 7.5 miles out of that race, or would you rather start 8 miles out?
I would rather start 8 miles out, knowing that my engine was I'd rather just be 8 miles back with a Hellcat. I'd rather be 8 miles back with a Hellcat than 7.5. 7.5 with a fucking Ford Taurus.
You gotta own a Hellcat. He of the fucking Purgatory Kitty. Remember,
that's what we got.
The Hellcat.
That's what we got here in Boston. So
no,
you're gonna look really dumb when the Red Sox win the division.
Oh shit! Yeah, that would be good. I mean, that would
someone
absolutely
text you something funny. What was?
You're right. That would make that division a more interesting race. It would. But no, I think the Baltimore Orioles and the New York Yankees. Look, the Orioles, for the fact that they've now been swept twice like I said, twice in the last month, after having not been swept since Adley Rutschman got to the big leagues, showing a little crack, starting to leak a little.
You're
I don't know.
Showing a little crack by saying you'd rather be the Rangers than the Red Sox.
Yeah, and I'd rather be the Rangers in the AL West than the Red Sox in the AL East. There is not a person on the planet who would disagree with me. Not one. You don't disagree with me. Jake is trying not to smile. He's trying not to disagree with. He's trying to disagree. It's just your sanity right now, Jared. I want you to look in the mirror, think about your integrity for just a brief moment.
Listen, these little mental games that you play, they worked on 26-year-old Jared, not 35-year-old girl dad Jared. I deal with mental manipulation all day. Okay. Yeah. You can't get in this fucking cranium right here. This is a steel trap. You ain't getting in there. Anyone listening, even Ranger fans, would be like, yeah, we'd rather be the Red Sox than the Rangers right now. Of course.
No.
Of course.
I hate to see you go down this road right
now. I'm excited that you're coming down this road in a couple of weeks because we're going to kick your fucking ass again. And I'm gonna get to meet Mason Miller. That'll be part of the vlog.
Oh, I can't. I can't wait. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for
the
that.
series or me meeting Mason Miller.
You meeting Mason Miller.
I mean, you're gonna have to facilitate. It's like the guys that bop around are usually hitters. Like they're coming out for BP. Like it's very hard to catch a reliever unless you instruct them. Like, hey, I'm gonna be here at this time.
Well, see, Jared, if you would listen to the podcast that Jake and I do, I've talked about Mason Miller coming out before the game to meet fans, who are type 1 diabetics, much like himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I've talked about that at length multiple times on the podcast.
So you want me to cut the diabetes line? What are you saying?
Oh, no. I'm saying you would know that he's out there and he's not just a normal or an average reliever who is in and out and you don't see those guys. No, he's out there.
You know what? I might even wear, I'm not, no free ads, but I'm going to get Oakland A's sneakers for that series.
Oh, why don't you holler at my guys?
What guys?
The custom guys.
Because these are perfect. I just found them. They're only $136.
What are you buying?
They're mids. They're Jordan 1 Sonics.
Oh.
Yeah, I can rock these with my my green and gold Ricky. I got 2 Ricky jerseys. How mad would the Red Sox be if I showed up just decked out in A's shit?
I mean, I think you should. You know what? Actually, yeah, I'm not going to facilitate that unless you are down on the field wearing the Ricky jersey and the green kicks.
I'll wear the A's themed sneakers, but I can't wear a jersey on the field when you have a press pass. They don't like that. There has to be somewhat like business casual wear. I've never worn a Red Sox jersey or anything like when I have a press pass. You can't do that.
I just wore a Ray Fosse jersey down on the field.
Well, I think that's a little bit more understandable.
What, then you wearing your favorite player's jersey on the field?
Yeah, I don't think I can do that. Spring training, maybe I could do that. At Fenway, I would get side-eyed for sure. They'd be like, yeah.
So let me get this straight. I was able to get you on the actual fucking baseball field during actual baseball action.
Oh, you're talking about spring training? We don't do that without Lofty. That doesn't happen without Lofty. By the way, happy belated birthday to Lofty Two Tunes.
Old Two Tunes.
Yeah. That was Lofty and Peggy that did that. I thought you were going to say,
what are you talking about? Do you remember where we were at?
I thought that they were going to, no, we were at the Tigers facility. That wasn't the A's facility.
It was Tigers?
Yes.
It
wasn't
Tigers?
the A's. Yes.
That was the Tigers?
Yes.
Wasn't the Pirates?
No, that was Tigers.
You sure about that?
Positive.
I don't think you're positive.
I'm positive because I remember meeting the Tigers team photographer in the camera well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You were like sitting on my lap in the camera well.
Yeah. The Pirates, we were parked out back. That's where you were doing live ABs to fans.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. Yeah. Say sorry.
I'm at the Parrot. Well, I'm not. I just, I misremembered.
Okay. I misremembered. Yeah, I'll get these sneakers and they get here by July 1st. Is that enough time?
Plenty of time.
I'm gonna text these to you right now. You give me the thumbs up or the thumbs down if these are passable A's sneakers. You have your phone on you?
You said yeah, I got my phone right here. You said the Sonic lows.
Mids.
Oh, mids.
Yeah, sneaker snobs are like, oh, you wear mids. Oh, you wear mids. Yeah, I wear mids. Is that passable, Dallas?
Hold on. Pulling it up right now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an Oakland A's sneaker if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I have these.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll wear these. Done.
Yeah, you wear. Yeah.
You wear what?
Nothing. I was going to say maybe I'll bring mine too.
Yeah, we can match. They're $133 or $147 ships
right?
today. Order by 2 p.m. for delivery in 3 to 5 business days or 1 business day with next day shipping. you know what? For you, Dallas, I'll do the fucking next day shipping. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean?
Fuck it.
You know? All right. Done.
Lock it in.
Done deal. Those are mine now. I've always wanted a pair of Oakland A's sneakers, and now I have them.
Now you got them, cuz.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got them.
It's been a long journey on my sneaker journey. To be able to, like, now I'm at the point where I pretty much have a pair of sneakers to match like every shirt that I own.
And I want you to, can we just take a moment to remember where I rescued you from?
What did I have?
Your fucking all black zeros.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that
like
try to take claim of like my sneaker journey, but I mean, what does it say? Like, it takes a village. It takes a village.
Yeah, I would still push back on that because I don't know what kind of village you were a part of prior.
It was not a good one.
To being introduced.
Yeah, it was not a good
one. To the proper shoe game.
Yeah, it was not a good one. All right, continue. Yeah, there were a couple people. I will give you credit, partial credit, but there were some individuals that stepped in and you, Kevin Clancy, Coley. There's another name I can't mention publicly.
No?
But no. No. Thanks. We're working on your order. Perfect. Boom. Got my Oakland A's sneakers coming in hot.
Love that.
Just for you, Dallas.
Yeah. I know it's going to be July, but I very well may have to bring some of my I'll bring my A's jacket too. Are you going to be wearing your Red Sox jacket? No, it's
not with these. I'm probably going to go black Lulu joggers. I don't know. I may go all black. Because it's like, oh, I'm neutral up top, but like my sneakers, it's like
Lulu. Hey, look, I appreciate Lulu. You got to get on the Viore train. You absolutely got to get on the Viore train. State and Liberty would be a great buy for you, I think. Something you should check out. State and Liberty.
They have joggers?
Yeah.
All right, maybe I'll get in on that. Because, $128 for a pair of fucking pants is, I got kids to feed.
Well, we're not, price point's pretty similar. So, like, if you're looking for a deal here, that's not really what we're.
Well, you know what I am looking for is like other color options. Because right now, like, Jake, you wear the Lulu joggers, right?
Yeah, I wear them like every day.
Yeah, same. And it's like they've got black and they've got like light gray.
Yeah,
like, I need like that khaki color.
So yeah, those are they've got these options. These options.
All right. See, now you're impacting my fashion once again.
Well, and there's another. I can't think of the name of them. I just got them. They're like these Japanese pants. They're like joggers. Holy fuck! Talk about comfort. Oh my god! You know what? I'll as soon as we're done here, I'll text you. I'll find it and text you. I gotta go find the fucking pants.
Yeah, send me that shit.
They're stupid comfy. Stupid comfy.
I literally just like live in these joggers. I haven't worn anything since I bought them.
Yeah, like I want to do
5 pairs.
I want to do radio because the guys that do radio, like they don't like I was in San Diego and TG is rocking fucking joggers, shoes, t-shirt, go on air, all good. Super cash.
You know what I was thinking is as I just purchased these Oakland A's sneakers, I don't know that I have like a Red Sox colorway for sneakers, like a navy blue and red.
95 Air Max.
I only wear ones though.
I mean, you could
I'm sure they exist.
That's where the custom kicks come into play. No free ad. Stadium custom kicks. Holler at them.
I mean, yeah, that's what we did for our Baseball is Dead sneakers.
You are correct. They have done. They did my last dive bar kicks. They did my my Roberto Clemente, my trading card kicks.
Yeah,
National
those are
trading
sick.
card day.
Those are sick.
Those are, and not to brag, they said those are probably their most expensive pair that they've done, and the most difficult, the most intricate, because of just all the faces and the cards. And I mean, they have the fucking Billy Ripken fuckface bat knob detailed on the shoe. Like it's stupid. Yeah, but the BID ones that they did, the Baseball is Dead ones that they did for us, those are clean. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. All right, maybe I'll do that. I don't know what I would do, because if I like paid big money for custom sneakers, I don't know that I would be like, yeah, do Red Sox. Like, I would probably make like, I think it'd be cool to make a Section 10 pair and then dude, I can wear
treat it like
a Baseball is Dead on my left and Section 10 on my right. Just mix and match.
Treat it like treat it just like blast art, like at the tattoo shop, right?
Yeah.
Like think about one of your shoes just having like faint seating and then a red seat, and then like faint like green monster lights. You could have fucking Wally on them bitches.
That's sick.
You need to have Wally on them bitches. Like you could have, dude. Yeah, well, I mean, bro, you need to let me design them. Apparently, is what needs to happen.
Yeah. Do you have their number? I only have the. Actually, I might have their number somewhere. What was that? What All-Star game was that? That was 22 in LA, right? Yeah. We did the Baseball is Dead sneakers.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. We need to get Jake some custom sneakers. That's what we need.
Fuck
to do.
yeah. Jake, what kind of wheels you rock? What are your favorite modes?
I like the ones.
Yeah.
I have the BID ones, but Section 10 ones would also be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be able to wear like BID on my left foot and Section 10 on my right foot. Just have both pairs.
Yeah. The Section 10 ones should be like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Section 10 ones are going to look like a fever dream, because it's going to be like all the inside jokes just in art form, which the new one apparently is that they listen to Section 10 in the Pentagon. So we just Joe Biden just fucking listening to Section 10 on my sneakers.
Joe, I don't know if Joe Biden is in the Pentagon.
Oh, he's definitely been there. I don't know that he knows that he's been there, but he's been there.
Well, that's
Anyways,
what else you got?
Couldn't end this podcast without showing some love to Gavin Stone.
Oh,
CG
Gavin,
shut piece,
like
9 innings, 0 earned runs, 4 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts, 103 pitches, 73 strikes over his last 6 starts, Dallas. It's a 1.62 ERA. It's 36 strikeouts in 39 innings. It's a perfect 6-0 for the Dodgers. It's a 5-0 record, but the Dodgers are 6-0 in his last 6 starts.
Jared, those are his last 6 starts. You could go back, and I believe he's had a blow up in there, but you could go back to his last 11 starts. And the dude
his last 13 starts. So
go to his last 11. His last 11, we're talking a sub-2 ERA, 1.9. Hitters hitting 205, 54 punch-outs.
Yeah, not a big strikeout guy, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, if you're going to look, you got a fairly solid defense behind you. I mean, I know you don't have a shortstop per se because Mookie's down. Miggy.
What did I see recently about people were shitting on Mookie's defense at short, being like, I mean, to start the year, everyone was blowing him, being like, oh, look he can just transition to shortstop, and he's one of the best defensive metric shortstops in the game. And then recently it was like, oh yeah, like he's not been good at short, and why are we wasting a multi-time Gold Glover in right field at shortstop if it's not elite defense at short? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter now because he's hurt, but
right. Well, dare we say that everything we thought could very well happen may have started to happen?
a more demanding position, breaking down his body physically. I mean, he got hit by a pitch, so.
Oh no, we're not correlating him being on the injured list with the position he's playing. We're talking about the decline in the defensive metrics, that being a result of him playing the demanding position. When you start out playing this position early and you're doing well, things look good. Now you're playing this position every day, and now we have a little bit of a bigger window here, a little bit bigger sample size to go on. What does that look like? Oh, are we starting to see a little decline? Are we starting to see some residual? That's.
Yes. Also, he does work out like a simpleton. I don't know if you saw this video. He did. Do you know who Bradley Martin is?
Yeah. Ball player?
Huge. No. Huge steroid weightlifter guy.
Oh, no.
He makes content. Yeah. So he did. Bradley Martin did a workout with Mookie, and like Mookie went through like all of his like agility and like stretches and all this stuff. And then Bradley was like, "So when are we gonna work out?" And he was like, "That was the workout. We're done." But he was like, "You fucking serious?" But it was just like a lot of just, I don't know, like opening up and like mobility shit.
Mobility.
And, yeah. Which, I mean, in season, you have to expect that.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Those are two very different training regimens, off season and regular season.
But I mean, in season, pitchers are definitely like deadlifting and squatting a fuck ton still, no?
Not necessarily. No, because you're maintaining. You're trying to maintain. You're not working to build. Like, that's why when we talk about how much time you have to get better, it's such a small window of time when you really think about it. Like,
especially if you're on the fucking Dodgers and you're missing an entire month every year because you're in the postseason.
Thank you. So I was just going to use the example of a world champion. Let's take a young player, right? Let's take a guy like, I don't know, Jared. Let's take a Gavin Stone, right? Let's take a Gavin Stone, all of 25 years old, 26 years old, whatever he is. And he could very well find himself in a deep October run. And he could also, and will probably find himself in a spot to want to plant his flag in this starting rotation, right? And will have a very good opportunity to do so. He would probably like to get better, maybe a little bigger, maybe a little stronger, maybe add a layer or two to the gas tank, cardiovascular strength. But he's not going to have as much time to do that as, let's say, a starting pitcher on the Athletics, who's probably not going on a deep October run. So he'll get done in October, and he will have a couple weeks, maybe, to sort of rest and recover. And that takes him into November. So now we've got half of November, December, and you've already started your throwing program by then. So you're now back on your arm, and you're now back on your body to an extent where building this body is going to have to take some attention. You're going to have to carefully go about this, because there's going to be days where you can't lift heavy and work heavy and then go out and try to execute some of the throws that you might want to or might need to based on where you're at in your program. So that's why you see guys tailor things so differently these days. And there's so many different schools of thought on, the old adage, a body at rest stays at rest, a body at work stays at work. So if I stay moving, am I giving myself more of an opportunity? Am I giving myself more benefit to be able to get ready quicker? The old adage of stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Is that something that you want to do? And again, a 25-year-old kid in December, his body is responding and going through things very differently than a 34-year-old veteran who's starting off season 9, 10, 12, who knows? So it's a slippery slope. And I don't want to say it's a slippery slope. That's terrible phrasing, actually. They're like snowflakes. Everyone's different. How you preserve them and how they come out, all very specific to each individual.
Well, we got a lot of requests for Gavin Stone, so I'm glad we did him justice. Again, like I said at the top of the show, not a ton of topics, but the topics that we did have were meaty enough to where, what are we at now, Jake? Like an hour and a half?
Yeah, almost exactly.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Got an old school starting 9 episode today.
Oh, what?
Just a little Dallas action today. You got anything else you want to hit on?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
I don't think so.
Take a look at some of the series that are going to get played this weekend. It's going to be anticlimactic for me because I don't know if Xander Bogaerts is traveling with a team, but this would be Xander Bogaerts' return to Boston with the Padres. Obviously, he's on the injured list. I know he's not playing, but I don't even know if he's going to be with the team. And if he is with the team, I don't know. I guess it's going to be weird that he's not playing. We're not going to be able to see him. And then it's also Don Orsillo's first time back to Fenway since he left in 2015. But it's fucking Apple TV on Friday and Fox on Saturday. So I don't even know. I'm assuming he's doing the Sunday game. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it'll be the two team. This is a very interesting series for me. We talked about both of them heavily on this episode. But the surging Astros will be playing the surging Mets.
Oh.
In Queens. They're in fucking Grimace Town this weekend. So that'll be a very fun series to watch. Unfortunately, the game is on Apple TV on Friday to start. Around the rest of the league, for anyone, I don't want to have the East Coast bias. The Dodgers-Giants does nothing for me, especially because of like where the Giants are at. But the Dodgers are playing the Giants this weekend.
Imanaga Jordan Hicks. Let's go. Today's Thursday, right?
Today is Thursday.
Yeah. Is that what you're talking about? You're talking about now or going into the weekend?
I'm talking about the weekend.
Okay.
We don't do another podcast on Monday. I don't know.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yep.
Garrett Cole, Kevin Gossman. That gets you excited?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's two guys that are having shit years, but the namesake, yeah, sure.
Well, never mind. That's on Sunday.
Skeens goes on Saturday.
Yep.
And he's got the Atlanta Braves lineup to navigate. Glasnow goes on Saturday. Look out for that. And Nola also goes on Saturday. We got some studs going on Saturday. God damn. And
not much.
Cole
not much
Gosman
popping on
Sunday.
not much popping on a Friday night.
Garrett Crochet's on Sunday.
Scherzer's second start.
Yep.
That's going down tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah, that's it for me. You got any final thoughts, Dallas?
Yeah, I do. I'm getting ready to go to Sky Zone. And Jared, have you been to Sky Zone?
No, but I've heard about it. It's a good time, it sounds like.
Why am I excited to go to Sky Zone, Jared? Because I'm finally cleared. I've been cleared for about a week or so to do more pressing, so I can move my shoulder. I can hang now. I can hang.
Wow.
So that means the trapeze is in play. So stay tuned. You might see some acrobatic footage from your boy at Sky Zone just ripping shit up, scaling the wall, throwing little kids out of my way. It's going to be my day at Sky Zone today, pal. Off day. Look the fuck out.
You deserve it. Yeah, Sox got rained out last night. They're off on today. They're off today. I'm not doing a fucking thing today. I'm on like a 2.5 week stretch of no off days. I am fucking taking the day off. I'm not doing a goddamn thing once I shut this laptop.
You know what we do in Boston?
What?
And I could probably talk Megan to it too.
What?
Get tatted.
All right. I'll do that.
The seams?
Yeah, I'll do that. Where do you want to put it physically?
Oh.
Yeah, tell me where you want to put it.
Oh. Right on the nape of your neck.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, we'll have to think about that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting my ear tattooed.
Behind it or in it? I've seen
In
both.
In it. But the problem is, like, I need a fine detailed work. Fine detail. Fine.
We can go to my
fine
guy.
detail.
My guy is fucking awesome. The problem with my guy is, so he's in Chelsea.
Out?
Huh?
I mean, I said we're going to get flooded out. Like last time I saw that place, it was like underwater.
When the fuck was that?
I don't know, probably like 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
You came with me to get a tattoo before?
No, you sent me video from the tattoo shop.
Oh, no, that was my barbershop.
Oh, barbershop.
Yeah, that was the barbershop.
Okay.
Yeah, the tattoo shop. So he's in Chelsea. Little bit of a rough area. But he's building a like half barbershop, half tattoo shop, like coffee bar that is literally 90 seconds from my house, and I have to drive past it every day on Route 1 to get to my house.
You're going to be stopping and getting coffee and tats.
I'm going to have fucking face tattoos by the end of this. Yeah. Like the fact that it is just like on the way home, very dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So baseball seams. We'll figure it out.
That can be part of it. We can do all of it.
Yeah, part of it. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we'll do the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Cool. Jake's takes?
Just good luck to our good buddy Joe Biden in the presidential debate tonight.
Yeah.
Section 10 dropped last night, so hopefully he was able to get that in before he's getting ready to prepare. But yeah, good luck, Joe.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, no political affiliations for any of us here, but we just, if you're a fan of the 10, then obviously it's like, welcome to the family, I guess. We all have jobs. His just happens to be president of the United States. So,
Pentagon.
All right. Enjoy your weekend of baseball. Thank you guys for watching and listening all week. We are just a couple weeks away from the All-Star game. Very excited for all the content that's going to come out of that. But as you just heard, we have one more stop when the Oakland A's come to Boston. So there will be a Dallas vlog coming your way. Very excited for that. We'll see ya on Monday.
Once again, congratulations to Jayhay.
Yes.
And the baby.
And the baby.
Wow.